A few weeks ago I did a video letting you guys know what games you could buy that were out right now. Hopefully you saw it, but if not, I'll throw a link in the description so you can check it out. But Tom, I hear you cry. We've played most of those games and we want to know what's coming out soon so that we can use our well-earned money to buy and play for hours and hours on end. Well, that's where this video comes in, dear viewers. I'm going to talk to you about 5 Switch games coming out over the next month or so that you can make an informed choice about what to spend your cash on. All of these are big names in gaming and I'm personally looking forward to every single one of them, so if you're anything like me, this video should get you pretty hyped for the next month or so. The original Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening was a Game Boy classic, and Nintendo are bringing it back on the Switch with a completely new style 26 years after the original came out. Link awakens on a mysterious Koholint island and must overcome challenging dungeons and battle fearsome monsters in order to get home. First off, you'll be able to see on screen now that Nintendo have gone in a completely new direction with the art style. The toy-like design may not be to everyone's taste, but I think it looks very clean and the animations are superb. Everything has a cute look, so if there are any parents watching this looking for a game to pick up for their kids, then this would be a great option to go with. If you've played Breath of the Wild and loved it, then do be aware of a few differences going into this game. It's not open world, but instead is set on one island, but the trade-off is that the island is so much more detailed. For anybody new to the series entirely, this game is an isometric top-down action adventure. There are plenty of dungeons and puzzles to make your way through in what looks to be a charming game. There are a couple of new things coming to this version of Link's Awakening. Firstly, some of the enemies you might recognise, but not from the Legend of Zelda series. This is because Nintendo have included some monsters from other titles. Another feature is the ability to create your own dungeons. As you progress through the game, you'll unlock dungeon tiles and can put these together to challenge other players. It was recently announced that you can store these dungeons in a Zelda amiibo and take them to share with your friends. If Link's Awakening looks like something you're interested in, then you don't have too long to wait, as this title is coming on September 20th. Dragon Quest is a huge series in Japan, and when I say huge, I really mean it. Apparently the game is so popular there that Square Enix will no longer release it on a weekday because so many people were skipping work or school to play it. Dragon Quest XI Echoes of an Elusive Age is the latest rendition of the series and it's on its way to Switch. The game is a classic RPG. You take control of the hero and go on a massive adventure, completing quests, fighting monsters and making friends along the way. Combat is turn-based, you take control of a party of heroes, selecting what attacks to make. Think old school RPGs like Final Fantasy if you're not sure what this might play like. This title has already been released worldwide on PS4 and PC in 2018, but now Switch players are getting their very own version and it's arguably the best version of the game. It has better music, photo mode, ultra-fast battle speed, new quests for party members, a fully playable 2D mode which harkens back to the old SNES or PS1 Dragon Quest games. If you've not played Dragon Quest XI yet, then this is the version to go for. The original version of this game from last year has a story that can be beaten in about 50 to 60 hours, but if you're interested in other areas of the game, it'll take you much longer than that. Plus, with the extra content coming in this version, I'm sure this will be a game that you can spend a long time playing. If Dragon Quest XI is a game you want to sink your teeth into on the Switch, it releases on September 27th. And if you're not sure, well, there's an absolutely massive demo on the eShop, letting you play about 10 hours of the story, so really there's no reason not to go and check that out. The Witcher 3. This is truly one of my favourite games and one of the most popular RPGs on modern consoles. You are Geralt, one of the last witches, a group of monster hunters who don't do nothing without you paying them. Well, unless it involves saving Ciri or maybe the world, but that's the main story, so I'm not going to spoil that for you. The world that CD Projekt Red built for this game is incredible, and honestly I still have no idea how they are fitting it onto a Nintendo Switch cartridge. Yes, the graphics are going to take a hit, but come on, you're playing Witcher 3 wherever you want to go. This game has side quests longer than a lot of games you can get on the eShop, and honestly they're more fleshed out than some of them too. The towns and cities feel alive, in fact the whole world does in a way that I personally think other games like Skyrim weren't quite able to manage. The Switch version comes with the 2 expansions, Heart of Stone and Blood and Wine, giving you even more content, and if you guys have watched some of my recent videos, you know I love games that are good value for money. The story is top notch, and while sometimes the combat can be a bit frustrating, overall this is a game that I can wholeheartedly recommend. If you haven't played The Witcher 3 yet, pick it up on Switch, and pick it up on October 15th when it comes out. Luigi. Some games you make such a fool of yourself, and some games we love you more than anything. The Luigi's Mansion series definitely falls into the latter character, as games 1 and 2 are well loved. The third entry once again sees our favourite green plumber return to bust ghosts in a new spooky hotel. The new game changes the recipe up slightly, being much more open-ended than the previous two. Each floor also comes with its own theme, like castles or tombs or pirates. Luigi also has some new tools like the ability to fire plungers, slam ghosts around, or create an airburst. Gooigi is something else coming to this version. In single player you can take control of him, allowing you to get past certain puzzles by doing things like slipping through bars. But Gooigi also has another feature in that he allows a second player to take control of him, meaning you can play the game in co-op if you have a friend. If you've got more than just one friend, well, you're covered too. Scarescraper allows you to play with up to 8 players either locally or online. Luigi's Mansion 3 is a spooky looking game, and it's coming out on a spooky date, Halloween, 31st of October. Pokemon Sword and Shield are the first main series Pokemon games on the Nintendo Switch. What's this, you say? Yeah, we don't count those, don't talk about those. Sword and Shield take place in the Galar region, which seems to be loosely based on the UK, and people were hoping for this entry there would be a Breath of the Wild style transformation. While it may not be as dramatic as that, there do seem to be some big changes. The trailers seem to show some instances of Pokemon wandering the world instead of random instance battles. There also appears to be other players in some of the gameplay footage. This rendition of Pokemon won't include the National Pokédex. Whether this is good or bad is personal opinion. I would prefer it was there so that we had the opportunity to bring any Pokemon we want on our adventure with us, but some people don't want to have to try and catch up all 800 and something Pokemon that are available now. Mega evolutions from X and Y are gone, and instead we have Dynamaxing and that. These supersized Pokemon and sometimes appear to change their appearance. Other new features from this game include cooking for your Pokemon, camping with them, sending them out on jobs, new rivals, and a couple of gyms that are specific to Shield or Sword. Whether this is the exact Pokemon game you were looking for on the Switch or not, hey, it's Pokemon. These have always been a good time and is likely worth picking up. You can visit the Galar region on November 15th. Well, there you go. These 5 games coming out for the Nintendo Switch over the next few months that I am personally looking forward to. I know, some of you are going to be asking me where X game is or Y game is, and honestly there are a ton of games coming out soon that I'm looking forward to. But if I talked about them all, we would be here for hours. So instead, why don't you let me know in the comments what you're looking forward to? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please do subscribe to let me know you want more content like this, and I will see you all next time.